Are you missing out on free money from the government? In this video, I'm going to talk about pensions for the self-employed. When thinking about pensions for the self-employed, there are three main points to consider. The first one is that nobody else will be paying into the pension for you. The second point is the tax relief and tax benefits you have from paying into a pension. And the third point is the importance of planning ahead. When it comes to pensions for self-employed people, one of the things to be aware of is that if you don't do it, nobody else will. Nobody else will set a pension up for you. Some of you will employ people, and you'll be aware that you have to set up an auto-enrolment workplace pension for your staff, where they'll benefit from your contributions as an employer, they'll benefit from their own contributions, and they'll also benefit from the government's tax relief. Now, as somebody who's self-employed, you don't have that. You don't have an employer who's going to set a pension up for you. You don't have an employer who's going to make contributions into that pension. So the onus is on you as the individual to ensure that you set something up and make the most of the reliefs that are available. A key benefit of any pensions is tax relief. You can get tax relief on any personal contributions into a pension up to 100% of your annual earnings, subject to certain limits. If you're a sole trader or in a partnership, you get tax relief on contributions at source, which means that when you pay £1 into the pension, the government will top that up by 25 pence. If you're an additional or higher rate taxpayer, you can also claim up the additional or higher rate tax relief by completing a self-assessment tax return. If you are the director of a limited company, the tax relief on that is given via corporation tax, which means that any contribution you make into the pension for that person would reduce the corporation tax bill. Again, this is subject to certain limits and parameters. Like with anything in life, it's important to have a plan. It's very difficult to pack a suitcase to go on holiday if you don't know where it is that you're going. So when it comes to self-employed and pensions, it's crucial that you plan ahead. The sooner you start to plan for what you might need in the future or what you'd like your retirement to look like, the more likely you are to be able to achieve that. It's worth pointing out here that for all of the benefits of starting early, it's also never too late to take some action. It's never too late to take advantage of the tax reliefs that are available. So whether you've got 40 years or 4 years left until you retire, there's things that you can be put in place to assist you with your plans for the future. So to recap, when it comes to self-employed and pensions, there are three main things to consider. The first one is, if you don't do it, nobody else will. You don't have an employer that's going to set a pension up for you or make contributions into it, so the onus falls on you as the individual to think ahead and get a pension set up and have something in place. The second point is the tax reliefs. So if you don't have a pension, you're potentially missing out on some really good benefits and tax reliefs that are available to you. The third point is to plan ahead. If you know, and the sooner you can start to plan for what you might need in the future or what you want your retirement to look like, the more likely you are to be able to achieve it. Speak to a trusted advisor to see how they might be able to help you with your future plans.